What's up, Ranger?
I'm expecting Herman the Munster to come in here or something.
Halloween music.
What's up, Mark?
Oh, man.
Here we go. Takes a little while to get there. So worth it.
Why don't we get to some music the Giants can actually relate to? Man, does this team ever suck? I mean, let me hold on here.
Oh, man. Oh, no.
Let me play a little lullaby for the
Kumbaya, my lord.
Oh.
Kumbaya.
Sing it to Robert. Sing it to Robert.
Robert, are you in here? I don't see Robert. Oh, there he is.
He's in here.
Robert, rest in peace, my friend.
Oh,
I have no musical. This is not my guitar. This is my wife's. I have zero. Unlike the Giants team speed, I have zero musical talents. Just like the Giants defense and speed. And their bats. And their pitching. But other than that, they're not a bad club.
Oh, man. Wow.
So, yeah, how about them Texas Rangers, though? Bruce Bochy getting it down the stretch.
Yeah.
Has little falters the last month or so. Gives up the lead. Now he's back up. Is he 2.5 up or is he 2 up? I think. I got some interesting stuff to show you guys.
Poor Lasky probably wants to get fired after watching this crap all season.
It's true. He's had to say the company line for a long time, and finally it's coming out.
There's the standings. Texas 2.5 over Houston.
Oh, look at that. There we go.
2.5 over Houston, 3 over the Mariners. They've got the Angels starting tomorrow night for 3, the Texas, and then go to Seattle for 4. Meanwhile, Houston's playing Seattle the next 3 in Seattle. So Houston and Seattle, if Texas takes care of business and goes into the Angels and maybe sweeps them while the Astros and Mariners beat up on each other over a 3-game series, maybe the Rangers can go into that final series, 4 up on the Mariners or something like that. That would be perfect. But look at this, guys. I want to show you one last thing before we're not going to talk too much about the Giants tonight. Look at that. Who's on? Look at that. I want you to look at that. San Diego, even though they got the same records, for some reason they got San Diego over them. I don't know if it's alphabetical or whatever the reason is. But there you go. Tomorrow night it'll be flipped. It'll be 78-79 for the Padres and the Giants at 77-80. Giants have 6 games left. I think they go 2-4 on the homestand.
That sounds like a Padres bet, Danny, tomorrow night.
It is Webb at home, though, but
don't jinx it.
I think it's a 2-4, 3-3. I mean, they might beat the Dodgers 2 out of 3 because the Dodgers will just be, mailing it in. Who knows?
They went 2-8 on this road trip.
2-8.
Oh.
2-8. Everybody got all excited a week ago, Thursday night, when Colorado they got rained out and they put their standings up and they said we're a 0.1 hundredth of a. If the playoffs ended today, we're 1/100th of a percentage point in third. And they were all excited about that. And I was looking for the tapes. I couldn't find it, but I know we talked about that 10-game road trip being a killer for them. And it was. And Gabe Kapler has to go. Take your coconut oil, Gabe. Take your food reviews and get out of Dodge. Just get out of the city, man. Go down to L.A. where you can, go tan your nuts, as you say, Eric. Go down to LA, put your coconut oil on there, and open up your nail salon down there in Beverly Hills, and get your your Gabe Petties, and get out of here. Get out of here. And Farhan, take your little analytics and your no action, no trades at the deadline, and saying you have the horses, you have the team, you have a playoff team, you have a team that you think can compete for a World Series. I got it on tape. You said it more than once. You should be fired. Clearly, if you think you're a playoff team or a World Series team and you did nothing but go sign A.J. Pollock, you should be fired. And the Giants, for bringing him back, whoever wants to bring him back, you shouldn't even be part of baseball if you can't see this. Wake up. Seriously, wake up, San Francisco Giants ownership, because the only guy that has a clue is Buster Posey, and hopefully you're giving him enough reign to make the baseball decisions, because if he's not making the decisions, then you're going to be in fourth place, maybe fifth place, because Colorado's going to get better. They got a good farm system coming, and get Casey Schmidt up here tomorrow, okay? And you're done. You're 5 out with 6 games to play. You're basically, you have no chance. What were the odds are? I bet it's down to point.
It's probably less than 1%.
It is. Yeah. It is. It's 0.2%. 0.2%. So it's over. We knew it was over. We put a fork in him about 2 weeks ago, didn't we?
Something like that. Yeah.
Go back. We'll have to go back and see when the first time we put the fork in him.
I think it was in Colorado, when they were in Colorado.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Can't win in Colorado. Yeah. So I just want to see him clean house. None of this stupid, give him one more year. See, unless you're going to go out and put in massive amounts of money and spend like the Mets or the Padres and go out and get Cody Bellinger and Shohei Ohtani and trade for Mike Trout, forget it. You guys are toast.
And you know what? Why give him that rope to do that when he's had 5 years before to try to do something? Why would he go big on the last year? You know what I'm saying? Just cut him.
Oh, okay. MF says he thought it was the Cubs series with the fork. Maybe it was.
Might have been. It could have been.
That was before Colorado.
That was before Colorado, yeah.
Yeah, that series, they went, 1-5?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Did you read what Mark Hope said? Tan your nuts. It was $2. $2. Thanks, Mark. And we got glass half full with 5. Man, I'm really hoping Farhan and Kapler are gone, and I can't take another season of these two clowns. Hashtag screwed. Right.
Yeah. Hey, why? Yeah, you're just completely.
Thanks, class.
It's just so. I don't know. I want to get to NFL football here in a few minutes. So, I don't know. I mean,
what's the epitome of this season is when Estrada is up with the bases loaded and you bunt, and it pops up.
Was that tonight?
That was tonight. Yep.
What was what inning was that in?
Oh my gosh, I think 6th or 7th inning, somewhere around there. They had the bases loaded. Estrada comes up, bunts it, pops it up to the pitcher, inning over.
With 2 outs?
Yeah, it was 2 outs.
Oh wow, that's what Lou Marston was texting me about. I must have been
unbelievable.
I did fall asleep at some point that's when I fell asleep. Yeah. I was asleep for about an inning and a half. Could not Could not. Yeah. Lou had texted me, and I was like, what the heck with the bunt? There we go. Okay, so.
You remember a couple of years ago, Brandon Belt tried to bunt in 2021 during the pennant drive. He got hit. He missed his hand.
Broke his hand. Yeah, when he was out. Yep.
You think they would learn, but apparently not.
Yeah. Okay, it was earlier in the game then. All right, my bad.
Oh, it was the third inning?
Somewhere around there.
Somewhere. Okay, I didn't turn it on.
I just remember hearing it on the radio.
I think I turned it on about the fourth.
The exasperation in John Miller's voice was classic.
Oh my goodness!
He bunts and he pops it up to the pitcher, something like that.
What is? Oh god!
Hey, rough year for the announcers. Like they really can't.
Imagine that?
They can't. They don't have the freedom to say what we do. They're employed by the Giants, but like John Miller, the ultimate Hall of Famer, professional, Kruk and Kite should be in the Hall of Fame. God,
the Ford Frick.
This has been a rough year. We have not talked about that at all on our show. But how much is this year taken out of Kruk and Kite? Kite just lost his wife not too long ago.
Right before the season. Yeah.
You know, I mean,
was it last
we
year?
all want them to stay forever. They're icons, but I bet this year has taken a lot out of them.
Oh, probably has. I mean, this is hard. There's nothing to get excited about. You come to the ballpark. I mean, I come on this show at times. I don't even feel like it, just because, they're so dang boring. And what are we going to talk about? That's why we try and throw some humor in here just to keep us going. I can't, hey, Will Martinez, I don't know why you didn't sit Mostert after halftime. Why'd you keep playing him? You risk an injury, man. Traded him Mostert.
That guy went off, didn't he? Holy criminy.
Yeah. It's funny. Tomorrow night, we've got 2 Monday night games again. Will has, we're like neck and neck. We're 4 points.
Oh, here, I'll bring
apart.
it up. Here we go.
We're like 4 points apart, but he's got 2 guys playing, and I got 2 guys playing. So
here we go. There's the current points for this week. Myself and Cameron, we got a pretty good game going. Hopefully, I'm able to.
Yeah, pull up the. Let me see. Who does Will have tomorrow?
Which Will?
Will Martinez. He's.
Go buck yourself.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's got. Oh yeah, you guys are neck and neck. Holy criminy.
Yeah, that was a good trade. That's how trades should work. I traded Mostert and Algiers, and he gave me Laporta and White. Laporta had a good game today for a tight end, and we'll see what White does. White should do what Mostert did. If he just does half of what Mostert did, I'd be thrilled. But yeah, he's got
poor Bora. Oh my gosh, he can't even get to 100 points.
Well, he forgot to take Aaron Jones out of the lineup.
What?
He must have just slept on it. Maybe he slept in.
Oh man,
Aaron Jones was out, and
even if he played him, Trock. Look at that.
Trock just Trock today, man. He just trocked everybody.
Speaking of that, speaking of trocking, did you see what Charbonnet did to that secondary guy? Oh my. He almost got a touchdown, and he laid a shoulder into him, and the guy literally got thrown back about 5 feet. It was incredible.
Wow. Let's see. White should get you 15 points at least. He's only scheduled for like 9 though, Will. So I don't know if he will or not against the Philly defense. Hopefully he's scheduled for 10.5, and Devontae almost 15. And then Will Martinez has Mike Evans and Mixon tomorrow. Joe Mixon. So it's gonna be close.
Yeah, how about that? I was a little bit worried. But he did okay. I can't complain.
And unless Jalen Hurts has an absolute monster game tomorrow night, the mighty thought to be unbeatable Gabe's food review is about to go down.
Yeah, I saw that.
And this is with one of my quarterbacks at pretty much giving me nothing.
That was good. Yeah, you had a good week.
Yeah,
he bounced back. What I say last week. It's about matchups.
I don't know.
And Tua could have had like three. Tua could have had like 3 more touchdowns.
Yeah.
They decided to run a few touchdowns in. Tua could have had like 5 touchdowns.
I don't know what the heck's going on with the Tennessee Titans, but they had a miserable day.
Cleveland's got a really good defense.
I mean, Derrick Henry got 2 points. Spears got like 4, and Tannehill got like 5 or 6 or something. What the heck? Did they have anybody do anything? Is Tennessee that bad of an offense? Maybe they are.
Tennessee and the Bears have the 2 worst offenses.
You think I could do that, Dan? If I do another banner and say, just say, hey, this is live from the 5th inning of the game on KMBR?
To play the bunt?
Because we did that. Yeah, the bunt. Because we kind of did that with you when you were on KMBR where we put that banner up. I don't know. You haven't got no email on it, so.
Well, I don't even look. I got to look at my email. Let me do that. I got so many dang emails. It's unbelievable. I've got mine. I got a work one. Got 2 different work ones, and then I got the one for NorCal. So it's like 4 emails. Plus, let's see. Where is my NorCal Sports? Let's see. Revenue sharing.
I like a chain, I like a chain, but didn't pick him up because he had like 2 or 3 guys ahead of him. But I know what that kid did in college. Like, that kid is fast. It's perfect. And I love Miami's head coach. McDaniel knows how to step on your throat.
Oh man, he does not let up, unlike Kyle.
I love it. That's very Bill Walsh old school. Like, he really knocks you out.
Didn't they get like 70 points or something like that?
Yeah, 70.
Put up 70.
Oh my God. Has that ever been done?
Yeah.
It hasn't been done since the 60s.
Damn.
I don't see anything on here. Let's see, copyright claim.
It might be on KMBR. I don't know if KMBR would have that. Probably not.
Miami's for real. Their defense is pretty good. It's not great, but their offense is. Whew. And so much for the Dallas Cowboys having the greatest defense of all time. Any given Sunday, they got hit in the mouth. It's what I've been saying like for the last 2 weeks. The Cowboys are front runners. When they get a lead and they turn their pass rushers loose, their defense is great. When you go right at them and hit them in the mouth, not so good. That's why the Niners are a bad matchup for them. The Niners are physical, and Arizona out physical today. Loved it. And I got a lot of Cowboy fans I need to talk shit to.
Yeah, Stephen A will be going off, huh?
Oh, yeah. He'll have his cowboy hat on tomorrow.
I don't see any.
He can't even throw a baseball.
Oh, did you see that? How pathetic.
Who can't throw a
right
baseball?
up there.
Oh, Stephen A. Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Wow, man.
I was right up there with 50 Cent's throw.
That was the most limp wrist throw I've ever seen, man.
I don't know. How do you find that? Did anybody put it on?
Wait, it was on ESPN. Oh, I wonder if I wanted to hear the Miller call, but I don't know if he can.
I don't know. It's probably not worth it. What did he just say? A bunt?
How about that double play, though, in the damn 10th inning?
That was
not the 10th,
unbelievable.
the 9th. Oh, my gosh.
No, yeah, that was the 9th. They would have had it would have, if it didn't hit the pitcher, it would have been an easy double play because Taylor was right there, but it's crazy. It goes off, flies, goes up in the air. Taylor gets it, then steps on second, throws it in the dirt. But again, hey, let's talk about that because that was Patrick Bailey and Bozo the Clown, Farhan, and
Ramos got lifted.
And, what's his name? Krappler. They lifted Ramos with a chance. Listen, you guys are out of it. Let the kid see what he can do in a clutch situation.
Yep.
Gosh, this is about the future, not tonight. give Ramos a chance. I mean, Bailey's been struggling like crazy. He's like 6 for his last 46, they said on the show or some on the game tonight, whatever it was. Look, he's slow, everything. Just let Ramos play. So Ramos didn't even get an at bat because he came in to pinch run for Conforto, and then his spot comes up in the lineup and they pull him.
Yep.
Why would you don't even know what you got? What happens if he smokes one? What happens if he smokes one?
I really hope he goes elsewhere. I really
for his sake.
do.
For his sake, yeah.
Yeah, for his sake. Just go somewhere else and have a decent career.
Here's what I want to see tomorrow. I don't know who can go down, but send a pitcher down.
Is Flores hurt? Because they pulled him from the game. Any news on Flores? JD had to come in for him.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay. IL him. Casey Schmidt tomorrow.
There you go.
Starting lineup. Third base, Casey Schmidt. Luciano at short. Estrada at second. Wade outfield. Why are you still playing Conforto and Haniger? Just get him out of there. Haniger struck out with bases loaded. Knew he would in a key situation. Whatever that inning was, 7th or 8th, Haniger struck out. I want to see Matos, Ramos, and Fitzgerald. That's it.
Aaron L., did Kapler really say that about Luciano? Oh my God!
What did he say?
Highlight that above, Eric.
Which one?
Aaron L.
Aaron L.
I really hope he did not say that out to the media. You might think that, but if he said that to the media and out in public, holy crap! Like he
did say that. He did. I heard it. Yeah, he said.
So you think your top prospect is above average, and you say that for everybody to hear? Oh my God! If I was Luciano, I would go to my agent and say, "Get me the hell out of here!" Holy crap!
Yeah,
if that's not a fireable offense, that's your top prospect.
And what are you doing? You're just decreasing his trade value if you want to trade him.
Wait a second. He said something exactly the opposite in the pregame. Go listen to the pregame with.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Is this real?
I heard it on ESPN. They interviewed him in the game.
He talked highly of Luciano with the talk with Capper with John Miller.
Oh, he basically asked him about Marco,
and he's sending mixed signals.
Exactly. Hold on, I'll go find it.
He just said
100%.
He said, Marco, hits the ball hard, has the opportunity to be an average to above average major league shortstop. Yeah.
Wow.
Gabe Kapler show right here.
Yeah, but Yaz is an all-star center fielder, as is Slater, because I go do food reviews with them and they eat out with me. Dude, that is it can't get any, man, I thought it can't get any lower than it is right now. That's your number one prospect. He is potentially the future at shortstop to take over for Crawford. And you just said he's average to above average. Wow. I've seen it all. Let's change topics.
He was talking about defensively. He was talking about defensively, not as a.
That looks like a general statement.
No, he was talking more in particular about defense, not as a hitter, but still. So
I mean, why even say that if he's gonna, glove wise? I mean, that's why people practice so they can get better. That's what amazes me. Like, he's going to stay average to above average his whole career. He's not going to work at it. He's not going to try to get better where he could become a Gold Glover. Oh my God, this dude.
Yeah. I think the Giants they drafted 3 or 4 shortstops this year in the draft.
They did.
Kid from Tennessee, supposed to be a great glove. Something, I can't remember his name, something like Hawaiian name or something. They drafted the kid out of high school from Colorado, Martin, but he's probably 3+ years away at least. And then you got a couple other shortstops. One was from Arkansas, one from Tennessee. I think they even drafted another one, but a lot of shortstops. They may be, who knows what
That kind of tells you what they think about Luciano, unless they.
I mean, Luciano's probably better suited for third base or right field. To be honest, he's more of a, long term. But for now, I mean, let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do. I just think the team is really just, what are they, 77 and 79? It's kind of what we said they'd come home after the series in kind of figured it even before Arizona. Didn't think they'd win one in Arizona. So
wow.
They're pretty I mean, this they went on this trip in third place. The third wild card. They come home the 9th team. Instead of the 6th, they dropped 7, 8. They're almost 10th. Had the Padres hung on or not blown that game last night when they had bases loaded and a chance to win it in the 9th or whatever inning it was, the 10th, the Padres would be a game ahead. The Giants would be 10th. That means they would have, in 10 games, they dropped from the 6th team best record in the National League to the 10th. 7, 8, 9. They dropped. Yeah, 3 teams, basically 2 teams passed them and 1 tied them. That's how bad they are. That's how bad this trip. What did they finish on the road, winning 5 of their last? They went 5 and 32-ish or something like that.
So, you sure it was even 5?
I think they got their 5th win against the Dodgers. Yeah.
What's their overall road record?
Their overall, I got it right here. Their overall road record is 34 and 47. Here, I'll show you something. Remember what I told you guys? The key.
You want to at least be 500 on the road, and that's not even close.
The key to making the playoffs is win 50 at home.
Yep.
And go 500 on the road, or close to that. Now look at the playoff teams. Atlanta's got home games, so they're 52 and 29. I mean, they already blew that away away. Look at the Phillies,
40 and 38,
47 and 31. So that's 78 games. They still have 3 games at home, but they are going to be 500 on the road. It looks like. They've still got 3 more, so they're right there. Marlins, they're really on the outside looking in. They're not 500. Okay, so let's get to Milwaukee. Over 500, both home and a road. Chicago.
Close.
Cincinnati surprises me. Cincinnati surprises me for a young team to be 8 games over 500 on the road.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's impressive. But then they're 5 games under at home. And they lost some big games to a really bad Pittsburgh team. I mean, not really bad, but I mean,
look what Texas is: 500 on the road, 50 at home. So they need to win 3 games on the road. They got 8 left. If they win 3 more, they win 90. Man, it's going to take at least 90 to get into the play. Look at that. Who really picked it up was Toronto. They were out of it a week ago. Now they're 2 in front. So, I mean, Texas could fall, but it looks like it's going to really come down to Houston and Seattle when they play tomorrow for 3 in Seattle. Wow, we could see Houston fall out of the playoffs.
Houston is really leaking oil. God, they really struggled against Kansas City.
He got swept
by the Royals. Yeah. Look at that. Royals have won 6 in a row. See, even crappy teams go on streaks. A's won 7 in a row this year. Royals won 6 in a row. And the Padres, I kept saying, when's their streak going to come? Well, it finally came, but it's too late. They're 9-1 in their last 10. Right there, Padres. 9-1.
Yep.
Run differential.
Hey, let's pretend for 10 seconds that we're a YouTube show for the Astros. How the hell do you lose to the Royals at home? Dusty Baker, you could take your wristbands and get the hell out of town. They must be pissed.
Oh, man.
Is it they're not hitting or is it they're pitching? Honestly, I don't know with both.
Both.
I'm not sure, but I know that Texas Rangers, they got their boppers back in is it pronounced Young or Jung? Young, their third baseman.
Oh, Young.
Young. Okay, so they got him back, and they also got their big right fielder back, Garcia, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Adalis.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now they're, no coincidence, they're hitting the ball again. Scoring a lot of runs.
Seager could be the MVP for the AL.
They're going to be dangerous. I mean, they'd be really dangerous if they had Scherzer, but they've got Dunning and Montgomery that can go. You never know.
This is going to be a very, very interesting playoff. I know the Braves pretty much stand out, but I don't know. I just get a feeling they're not going to be the champion.
The Braves?
Yeah.
Happens that way a lot.
It
does happen.
It's too easy to pick them.
Who could be finally their year? They've been knocking on the door in the playoffs like 3 out of the last 4 years. They've got the pitching. I'm giving you hints.
Milwaukee.
Yeah. They've got the pitching. They got Burns and what's his name? Gosh,
that would be a good wager.
Hey, we got 109 in the chat. Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed.
What do you guys want to talk about? You guys want to talk about baseball? Or you want to go into the NFL today?
Yeah, let's hear what you guys want to do. Hey, Dan, did you check the private?
Oh, yeah. I think I forgot that.
NFL.
I was doing that earlier. I do that in the beginning, and I forgot. I've been kind of out of it today. Okay.
Make sure I go hit the like.
Nick wants to talk aviation and politics. That'll be the post game show, Nick.
Yeah, that's the post game. That's Eric's
long
show.
after we're gone.
That's Eric's show. In fact, NorCal Sports, by the way, is growing. Everybody, just wanted to let you know we've added another lineup we continually to grow at weekends on Friday nights and Saturdays. We've got from midnight to 2. We've got Eric and Trock and Will B doing military U.S. history from 2 to 4 a.m. starting this Friday night. We've got Chardall talking your top 5, and you can just put it on a loop because Chardall will ask you the top 5 questions over and over again. Same question.
Nick, we did it again last night.
I know. I'm cracking up. Hey, Eric, top 5 U.S. generals.
Oh man, I know. It's like, come on.
How did aviation and politics surpass wrestling? Because wrestling was a hot show.
I did a little bit of wrestling, but then
wrestling got kind of put on the shelf.
What happened was Mark came in hot with a super chat talking about the top 5 calibers in guns. So then we just went from there, and it just
top 5 caliber guns. I think I got to go with a 357.
357's not yeah. I went with the 50 cal. That's the top notch right there.
How about a 44 Magnum?
44 is good.
Yeah, I have a 357.
For pistols, I went with a 45.
Well, I like a 40 with a pistol. I like a concealed 40 because it's small and compact, but it does a lot more.
How about something that's going to drop? A 45 will drop a damn. Yeah.
Yeah, if you get them, whoa, it went up. It's like the recoil, man. It's just like, whoa.
Hey, just make sure that first shot's the aim better.
I remember when I got my first guns, I was with a friend of mine. He was an older guy. He since passed on. And I said, what was this? Gosh, I'm drawing a blank. He was a client of mine. Anyway, but whatever, just drawing a blank. But anyway, I said, hey, what's the best word a gun show? He said, what's the best gun to have? He says, the best gun to have is the one you have on you at the time you need it.
There you go. Talking about the party mix in the Warthog. Yep. That was cool stuff.
The best gun the best gun to have is the one you have on you when the time comes and when you need it. That's what he said.
There you go.
Yeah. Mark Hope, 357 is awesome, Dan. And I have a 40 concealed. I got my 40 stolen out of my truck, man.
What?
Yeah, I got it broken into, and someone must have known it. Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah. I reported to the police, gave them the serial number and everything, but that was a good one. It had a laser on it. It was nice. That was pretty cool.
MF brings up an interesting question that if Farhan and Kapler were to get canned, wouldn't you think that it would happen soon after the season is over? The longer it goes after the season, the more chances that they're coming back. Or
yeah, maybe. I think you're right. I think you might be right.
I'd can them tonight. I'd can them tonight. I mean, I'd say, hey, thanks for your service. We're starting the last week now.
You know what they may wind up doing? After that last game, they make that announcement. So there's not a tension, for the last week because they're going to be at home. Maybe they don't want to do it at their home. So right after that last game, they say, all right, see ya.
Hey, that would you'd have three guys with big smiles on their faces as soon as the show started.
I got to think of ideas for a thumbnail for that one.
Yeah. That would be the start of, rehabilitating this franchise.
Yep.
I'll start. That's all we ask.
Hey, what's up, Cameron? We're in a tight race right now. We'll see how it all turns out tomorrow.
I will say
you're playing, Cameron?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I will say, as long as we've all watched sports, that just getting rid of some people isn't necessarily always the solution. You have to replace them with good people.
Yes.
So step one needs to be followed by a good step two.
Yeah.
I don't need to remind people Jim Harbaugh to Jim Tomsula to Chip Kelly. Have a plan on somebody better.
Yep. And Carlo, exactly. You just gave me the idea. I think I know what I'm going to title it if it happens.
Did you guys hear Larry Bear on KBR on Thursday? Very interesting comments. Tell us about him, Will.
Yeah, just summarize. What did they say?
Or come on in.
Or you want to come in? We'll put the link out there.
Yeah, throw the link in. It's Sunday night potpourri.
Potpourri.
Potpourri. That's not a sports word though. That's like a Kapler word, like a nail salon word. I'm sorry.
There it is. Glass half full with $2 says, I might call in if Kapler and Farhan get fired. There you go.
There we go.
Hey, we'll have a party.
It would.
That's for sure.
Could you imagine?
Make sure you bring your favorite adult beverage.
It'll be like the Oakland A's. They'll be playing that "Celebrate Good Times."
That used to be. Yeah, back in the 80s, that's what they always played.
They always after every win.
After every win, yep.
Yeah, I mean that would be. We need to start hearing that.
Bring your favorite drink, and we'll have a toast right at the beginning of the show. Bet.
I bet Passon breaks it first. You think? Maybe. It might be. I don't think it's going to be a local guy that breaks it. I agree. It's going to be a national guy that's going to break it.
Really?
I think so.
Yeah, our local guys are asleep.
Yeah, no way. They're not going to. No way.
Don't be surprised if some of the local media are canned.
You think?
What?
Maybe.
They keep talking about they think Gabe's. I heard Pavlovich just 2 days ago. There'll be changes. They think it'll be coaching staff changes, not Gabe. That's just ridiculous.
Get out of here. That's
just so stupid. Please.
And if that's the case, that's even worse. If you just get rid of the underlings and not the people who are responsible.
Why do you go to the top? The buck stop. What happened to the buck stops here?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, Gabe's the one that hired all the clowns.
Yep. And Farhan signed.
And Farhan hired the clown.
Yep, exactly.
So, I mean, it should just roll right downhill, right? Doesn't it?
Should.
Jeez. I'm looking for something. I can't seem to find it. Where is that? Has that been that long?
Matthew says, dudes, Los and Eric guys are talking crazy. Giants keep saying they're going to keep both Farhan and Kapler. Why would they keep saying that if they're just straight up lying? I agree, but they've been lying. They've been lying to us
all the
last
time.
Year.
All the time. So
that's all. Farhan is a liar. So
there is a principle when guys lie, they get lied to. You know, like maybe Farhan's going to get his taste of his own medicine. Hey, well, we're going to be very active at the trade deadline, and he does nothing. Maybe them telling him, hey, you know, how's it feel to hear that you're coming back, but your butt's getting, you know, sent down packing.
It makes me wonder. I think Bora was onto something because remember. We heard about that, the Slusser and Greg Johnson interview about, a month and a half ago, something like that. And then a week ago, it gets re-released, basically. They rehashed that interview that happened a month prior to that. And it makes me wonder if they put that out there as a feeler to see what the fan base is thinking about what's going on. Maybe, I don't know. It seems a little, I just find it odd that they would re-release that same interview that only happened a month prior. Yeah, exactly, Senior. Yep.
Matthew, you know better than that. You know not to trust anything that the front office or coaches says. Let me give you an example. Mike Dunleavy said Jordan Poole is not going anywhere. We love him. Traded in a few weeks. John Lynch and Shanahan both said that Trey Lance was not going anywhere. Traded. They lie all the time. They're not going to tell the truth at the press conference because
exactly
they're not going to say those things. So of course they're not going to come out and say we're unhappy with Gabe. They're going to go this way to make you think one thing and then go the opposite way. The Giants, more than any of the local Bay Area teams, are known for that. So for you to actually say, I mean, you may be right when it's all said and done, but don't base it because of that.
And here's another thing that we kind of forgot about. Kind of, you know, when it happened, everyone was talking about it. And Senior, he headed this up. Remember when Posey came back, right? Why again, the answer hasn't been, or the question hasn't been answered. Why is Posey back in the Bay Area?
There was a big article about that in the paper today or yesterday about him being very active. He wants to be very active in the.
How are you very active then? If you're very active, that means you're gonna play a role somewhere in baseball operations. I'll see
if I can find that article.
But there's got to be something to that. Has to be something to that. You know, I mean, some things just don't add up. Like I said, with the article coming back out, Posey's back. The Giants are sucking it up. I mean,
Posey has been very quiet. It's almost eerie that he's not said one thing.
Because there's things going on. There's things going on.
I think you're onto something there. I think things are going on behind the scenes because you would think he's been back now for over 2 months.
Yep.
You would think at one point he would have had some, conference to announce, hey, I'm back. I'm living in the Bay Area. Oh, what's your role, Buster? Well, I'm this, I'm that. I mean, they haven't done nothing. So something may be going on behind.
And you know what? I think that Posey probably got a call sometime during the season. And I wouldn't be surprised. Exactly. He got a call from somebody. And I think they told him that you need to get over here because things ain't as what they seem. I think there's got to be something to that. Again, it doesn't make sense when you just moved less than a year ago to Georgia to be back home, right? That's the whole thing. I'm going to be back home.
Hey, we need you back here. We're going to make you in charge of all.
Someone. It may not be an ex-player.
Well, the idea that you had yesterday was spot on. I mean, to bring Ned back for a few years, have Buster be under his wing, learning all the nuances of being a general manager of trades, of scouting, all that, and then he take over.
He could be the heir apparent, right?
In 3 to 4 years, that would be so ideal.
How about that?
Yeah.
That's building something there. That's building something.
Say it one more time.
Building something.
That's building something.
Yep. Man, I just get excited thinking about that, man. Could you imagine? I mean, literally, the mood of the fan base would just be seismic.
It's going to take something like that to bring a lot of people back like me. They've lost me. I'm not putting effort and energy into this team when I know they're underclassed, they're outmanned, they don't have the talent, they don't have the right type of players for today's game. They got slow, unathletic players. You need some speed and guys that can hit the ball hard. I'm talking consistently over 90 miles an hour hard, and the occasional 110s, start hitting the ball hard. Good things happen. They don't have that. And they're slow. Oh my goodness. It's just like any ground ball for almost the entire team with a man on is an automatic double play.
And people forget, slow and non-athletic and no speed. It's not just about like the base paths and stolen bases and scoring from first on a double. It's defense. It's outfield. The Giants have a play in a ballpark that's a pretty big outfield, especially right center. You need athletic guys in the outfield that can go track. If you have three, when the Giants were winning their World Series, do you know who started Game 7 of the World Series against? Does anybody remember who the game left fielder was for the Giants in Game 7 versus the Royals?
Yeah, wasn't it Ishikawa?
No, it was the young. It was the
Perez.
Yeah,
it was Perez. That's right. I forgot.
Part-time player that really didn't hit, but he was fast, and you basically had 3 center fielders out there, and they almost botched it in the ninth inning.
That mother! Oh my God!
So I'm not looking real good with that analogy, but the principle is.
Yeah, I got what you're saying.
You have guys that can go get it.
All right, hey, we got someone in the green room. Let's bring in the shirtless one.
Before we do that, let's get to this super chat.
Go ahead.
Before we forget. Glass Half Full donates $4.99. Thank you, Glass Half Full.
Thank you.
I agree with you guys. Why would Posey move back to the Bay and not have a prominent role? I'm with you too, Dan. I'm done with this team. Go Niners. Yeah, I am. It's like I don't know how more people aren't done. I know a lot of people have lost a lot of interest. They just, why
the noise is getting so loud, Dan.
It is.
From 95.7, Larry's been going off. Damon Bruce has been. But
who's been doing it for the longest? Come on, let's go. Exactly.
We have
NorCal Sports Network.
Here we go. We got a new guy in the chat. Haven't seen him before. Got Nicholas Robertson.
Oh, looks like Aaron Rodgers here. Come on in, Aaron.
Wait, hold on one second. Let me see this guy. Does anybody know how good Matt Williams was?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had the fortune to meet Matt Williams this year at the Padres spring training. This was a couple of weeks before he announced he had colon cancer. Noticed right away he lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
So hope he's doing well. He's a Giant legend, and hope he's getting better.
We bring in Aaron Rodgers. Aaron, how's that Achilles doing?
All right. Have a good night.
That's funny.
What's up, bro?
Man.
It's colon cancer is no joke. I just got off the phone. Not just got off the phone, but about 3 hours ago with my wife's uncle. I guess it'd be my uncle-in-law, right? Who's trying to get through that and wrap it up.
Oh man.
So yeah, he's doing well. I didn't know that about Matt Williams. So he's not on the bench anymore with the Padres.
He is.
Padres, right?
Yeah, he's the third base coach for the Padres. He took a couple months off, but he came back, I believe, in June. I haven't watched a Padres game, so I couldn't tell you if he's out there right now. But he had surgery, and supposedly
I think we saw him. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Supposedly they got a lot of it, but still, you know how that thing goes, man.
I follow the Padres, like, not a lot, but my uncle-in-law, my wife's family, they live in San Diego, so and he's been a season ticket holder for the Padres for a long time, so we always plan our trips down there. Like when the schedule comes out for the Giants, we go that's
a great facility out there in Peoria.
I love Petco Park. It's so nice. So we just plan like, they're playing July, whatever, June, whatever, late July, early August, and we'll book our tickets. And I get free tickets in these club level, like right at the front, first base side. Like they're gorgeous seats. I love going out there. But besides all that, there's so much to think about. I guess a while ago.
Hey Kyle, yesterday you said you were going to bring 2 people to the show. I'm going to hold you to that. Did you refer them out?
I talked to my brothers, but they're going to Vegas, and I don't know. It's kind of hard to talk.
Hey, it doesn't have to be in 24 hours, man. It's just at some point bring them onto the show.
I'll definitely.
Word of mouth is great, everybody. Word of mouth really helps.
So what do you guys what do you think about I don't know, you guys were talking, I kind of zoned out. What do you think makes Tampa Bay tick better than Farhan's program?
Yeah, because it's similar.
Right. So
they do have more everyday players.
Failing, we're like Tampa Bay, not that they're world beaters, but like they've definitely had more success.
They have better scouts.
Better scouts, better pitching, and they have more everyday players.
They make some really good trades too. They trade like, remember what I was talking about, Kyle, at the deadline? Like, okay, this Giants team is pretty average. Like, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. You got some pieces to sell off.
Are you still thinking they're going to make the playoffs? Or
what's that?
Did you just say you don't think the Giants are going to make the playoffs?
No,
playoffs.
I said I didn't. Yeah, I said I didn't think they were going to make the playoffs.
Oh, you're going backwards.
The trade line.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I thought you were saying.
And Kyle, I was saying the Giants need to trade off Cobb. They need to trade off Jock. I mean, they have value with other teams that, and get these. That's what Tampa Bay does that the Giants don't do. Like they'll trade off a guy that they know they probably can't sign long term because they're just not a big budget team, and they'll get some young talent. Some scout will say, "Hey, this guy's going to be good in a year or two." And they usually hit on those. And when they hit on those and you get a bunch of those guys coming together at the same time, this is the result that you have.
Right.
So that's what I think that they identify really well.
Well, this goes back, and then the Posey comments you guys talked about a little bit ago. And Eric was like, it's been quiet, or, somebody who's talking. It kind of goes back to what I think it was a month ago or 3 weeks ago whenever I talked to you guys. Who has Posey talked to? It goes back to, I think he's talked to Brandon Crawford.
Could be.
He's in there.
Could be.
They will never share a secret or a word. Sure, maybe their wives, maybe their families, but
it could be Crawford. It could be Wotus, because I'm sure Wotus has probably got some ties of what's going on. It could be all of the above. It could.
Right, and it is gained a ton of traction. Like even dude, right now, like on the way over to my house, I listened. So I got Cambiar on, come over, kick your guys' show on, and like, dude, Bill Lasky for 2 nights in a row is shredding the Giants on their station. Like that's the leader, and he's like, just like, I'm like, dude, is this guy gonna have a job like after this?
It's funny because
whoa.
He's got cojones to finally say it.
Yesterday on Marty Lurie's show, when he was talking, they had the little round table, and they were giving their ideas of what they should do with Yaz and Slater and everything. And Kerry Crowley, He goes, yeah, they should sign a 10 and
What?
and Slater. Hold on, there's a reason why he said that. He said that so they could be trade bait later in the season. That's why that was his premise. But anyway, as soon as he said 10 and 6, you heard Lasky go. You just heard him scoff like, what are you doing, man? It was great. He's had enough.
God. I don't know if I heard that Dan's gonna hate this. I don't know if it was your. I don't think it was your guys' show. It was either Larry's but the Giants are getting extremely upset with a particular fan. I don't know who it was. They've been a season ticket holder for like decades.
Oh, LeMaster, Johnny LeMaster.
Sons of Johnny LeMaster.
Is that right? And like he's selling his tickets. Like he goes to the games but sells his tickets, and like they are like, you'll be banned or something like that.
Yeah, they stopped. They closed this account. Yeah.
That is so despicable.
But then, listen to this. Literally, like an hour later, after all the backlash was going through Twitter and it was going like wildfire, the Giants reached out to him. Oh, it was a mistake. It was some kind of error. They were like, okay. But you know what he said?
You can't accidentally do that or say something wrong. They purposely did it, and then they got caught on fire.
He stuck to the guns, and he said, just give me my money back. I'm done. I don't want to deal with this no more. He actually said that. So
that's so messed up. Like,
whoa, what's going on? Why is Mark out? Mark, anyway. Why are you out? He goes, I'm out.
All right, I'll let you guys go. But hey, who's leading fantasy right now? Or what's up, Los?
Oh, Kyle, real quick on your Tampa Bay question. You remember the Giants got Evan Longoria from where?
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
And they got a lot of young talent back. That's why they're better. And here's another recent deal that Tampa Bay did. They traded away Archer, and they got back Glasnow and a couple of other prospects.
Is it Glasgow or Glasnow?
Glass. That dude is so filthy.
Yeah, he's nasty.
Have you ever watched him pitch? His stuff is so nasty. So the Tampa is the epitome of selling high when a stock is high and a player's at his maximum, and they think, well, maybe he'll deteriorate a little bit because of age, or maybe he just had a one-time, great season. They know when to get rid of players, and then they get back younger talent. That's what I've always wanted the Giants to do, but they just can't pull the trigger.
Didn't Longoria make a killer play when you guys were both at the game, or was that the night before?
I don't think Longoria played when we were there, Dan, right?
He's third base at Arizona, right?
Yeah, he didn't play that night.
I don't think he started that night.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
that must have been the night. That must have been the night before, like the last game before the series started.
Yeah,
I thought you guys were there, but never mind.
Oh, here it is. It was Tyler Glasnow, Austin Meadows, who's a stud outfielder, and Shane Boz, who's an up-and-coming right-handed young pitcher. Glasnow, Meadows, and Boz for Chris Archer, who has not done much with the Pirates.
He's right. I don't think he's even playing anymore.
We should have never let what's his name go. It's on the tip of my tongue. He's up in Canada right now. The Blue Jays.
Gosman.
Yes.
That was a
Gosman. You have Webb and Gosman would have been great. They dodged
with Harrison coming up behind him. That would have been nice.
Oh,
right. Like,
yeah.
Oh, we have nothing but money. You know what? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Bye. Why?
It doesn't smell. It doesn't pass the smell test. I'm telling you.
You can have money, but if you spend it like crap, then
which is
what it is. But
yeah,
that's what we're talking about. They need to get people to make better decisions than that, and they'll be all right.
Yep, it's time to move on.
I love Los. I love your fantasy name on there. It's hilarious. I'm not in the league.
Scarface guy.
I'm not in the league, but you know what my fantasy name would be?
What?
Los Angeles D.
Oh, Los Angeles D.
You can't say a word about that. Own it right there.
You're sticking me with a middle name of Angeles, man.
Los Angeles D. That's what I would have had if I was in your league. You crap on Dan, and I'm going to crap on you.
There you go. There you go.
I like that.
Los Angeles D.
All right. I'll keep watching. See you guys.
All right. Take it easy.
Phil Martinez has a good point here. He says it's no It's really no coincidence that the floodgates have started on Kapler and Farhan. Maybe someone in the higher ups gave the green light to start the wildfire on this regime.
Good
and then
point.
he says ownership probably changed their mind on the status of this regime. So now they said they said have at them. So it looks like they had no choice but to move on from them since Johnson had said otherwise. Yeah, maybe.
Saving face.
Right. Hey, it got so bad, the noise.
Yep.
I mean, you got too many people on them. I mean, what are you going to do? How do you resell these clowns to the fan base?
You can't. Here's the deal. It's 1 year, right?
That's what I'm saying. So how do you resell it by bringing them back and all of a sudden have excitement surrounding spring training? Because that's what every team gets excited during spring training. I mean, even the crappy teams are like, hey, hope spring's eternal, right? Everybody gets up for spring training. But how do the Giants get anybody really excited bringing back these lame duck clowns who everybody knows they're on their last life here? And so why would you want that cloud? It's like, big giant rain cloud hanging over the whole organization from the beginning of the year. The talk is not going to be like the Giants being competitive. It's going to be like, well, it looks like the same team. And, how long does Gabe last? Do they make it through the year?
And look at this.
And why go through that?
We have been the tip of the spear when it comes to criticizing this organization because of the mistakes that they have been constantly made. And we continue to highlight them continuously from the offseason through spring training, through the regular season. And look what's finally happened. And it's not just the Giants organization saying go ahead and have free reign to go after Cap and Farhan. You got the national media. You got Eric Burns. You got Tom Verducci.
Will Clark sounds like maybe too, huh?
You got all these guys coming out criticizing the very things that we have been talking about this entire season. That you just cannot win this way. You got to have, and like I said, with John Shea's article yesterday with the 10 things to bring the fans back, that's just normal baseball. Have a starting rotation of 4 to 5 guys. Play your young guys and don't platoon them. Spend some money on guys that's going to do good for your team. I mean, it's ludicrous that we have to get down to the fundamentals of baseball for the. Because they got so fancy with the spices, thinking that they can outsmart the game that's been around for over 100 years, and they failed flat on their face. I'm sorry, yeah, Farhan's a smart guy, but he ain't going to be smarter than this game. It will humble you. It's a game built on failure, and if you think that you can somehow avoid the failure part of it, well, then you got another thing coming. You're in the wrong industry if you think you can continually, whether it's winning deals or putting together a strategy that you think is going to work. I'm sorry. It's been time tested. People or organizations who have good teams know how to put teams together. And I think we're seeing it firsthand that Farhan, I think, is lacking in that department.
They've gotten away with it for years, and this is the first time that they've gotten a lot of heat. They just kind of figured, it's the West Coast. They don't care, They'll go out to Sausalito and go shopping and forget about it. It's not a big deal. So now the heat is finally coming, like hard and loud. And they probably thought that they could get away with it, and now they're not. And it's finally catching up to them. So we'll see if management and ownership holds them accountable and does the right thing by.
The equity of 2021 is gone. It's depleted. It's finished.
Yeah, no more slap on the wrist. No more.
Let me tell you what.
No more timeouts. Just
there you go. Exactly.
Let me tell you what smart teams do. Last year, the 22 Philadelphia Phillies fired
Girardi.
Yeah, Joe Girardi, somewhere around May, because he got off to a bad start. Where did they end up?
In the World Series.
In the World Series.
Yeah.
The Toronto Blue Jays fired, what was it, the manager?
Who was the guy? Man, I can't remember.
Look, maybe I'll look it up. Toronto. Anyway, somebody in the chat knows who it is. I don't. He got fired. Was it Martinez or something like that? Or
it was something like that. Yeah, the Blue Jays manager, and the guy comes in and
he got fired. The Blue Jays missed the playoffs by like what, one game last year, something like that.
They lost in the wild card.
I thought they
remember
missed.
Seattle swept them.
You sure?
Seattle, yeah, I'm almost positive. Seattle swept them, and Seattle advanced, and then Seattle got beat by Houston.
Well, Martinez, you're right, but those are fans like you and I and us. There's too many casual fans, unfortunately. Then that's the problem. The casual fans are the ones that they don't care about all this stuff that we are talking about.
That's
They'll
right.
still go to the ballpark. So remember, I said this a few weeks ago. I said, what's the percentage right now at Oracle? Like, how many are hardcore baseball fans? They go to watch the game, and how many are just there for the fun of it? Is it 50-50? Is it 60-40? I don't know, but there's just too high of a percentage of people that are casual fans. The Candlestick crowd may not have been as large, but 90% of the people that, maybe 95% of the people that went to Candlestick went for the game. It sure as hell didn't go for the stadium. It was cold out there, man.
All right, here's what the Blue Jays did. It was last year. They fired Charlie Montoya, and they had a record of 46-42. The Blue Jays went on to make the playoffs. Went 92-70. They did get bounced, but they made the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
The Phillies did the same. That's what winning organizations do. They recognize their mistake and they move on. 49ers recognize that Trey Lance was not the right fit at this time,
right,
for their organization.
What's up, Sean?
They moved on.
Cut bait.
You cut bait. The Giants, what the heck? They're just going to sit there and bring these clowns back? That's just idiotic. That is beyond idiotic. That is just brain dead. You can't
never hate Dan. The Padres did the same thing. Remember, they got rid of that one manager and they brought in Melvin, and they went to the NLCS.
Jace Tingler, and they brought winning teams or winning organizations. They do things when they don't look at the money and say, "Oh, well, we're just going to have to pay Gabe and Farhan, and that's going to blow $8-10 million or whatever out of crap. You blow $10 million. You blew 43 with Haniger. You blew You blew 25 with Stripling.
Like Stella.
I know it's Stripling, everybody. I know. I'm just Stripling.
They had to pay LaStella, what is it, $11 or $12 million to not play.
Yeah, exactly. And they got DeSclafani. That was a blown $36 million, right?
Yeah.
What has he done? What's he going to do?
Come
on, you got money all over the place. You're blowing.
And these other organizations,
that's good. That's a good riddance.
They're making bold moves. Sometimes you got to make tough decisions in this sport. And if you don't make those tough decisions, sometimes you are not going to succeed. Giants have been playing it safe for the last couple of years, and look where it's getting them. You're staying in the middle. And who is it that said that? The worst place you could be is in the middle. Oh, a lot of people say. I think Ned actually said sometimes it's good to be in the middle. But for this organization, for the San Francisco Giants,
Ned did say that.
Yeah. I don't know if the Giants should be in. Look at the financial wherewithal that the Giants had to be able to go make some moves specifically for this offseason to, be a competitive team. Maybe not be, to the World Series, but they may have been able to get into the playoffs if they signed some better players. But look what they did. It was mediocre. It's Farhan doing these deals. And don't get me wrong. I understand he wants to be economical with, get the biggest bang for the buck. I get it. I understand. But sometimes in this sport, you got to pay. if you don't pay, you're going to get left behind. I mean, that's going to happen.
That's why the other day I gave Jed York love, because he got it wrong twice. He signed coaches to 4-year contracts. I mean, I know these owners have a lot of money, but that must be hard to write a check to a coach for 3 years when they don't work for you. For 2 of them, 6 years, you got to write checks to Tom and Sula and Chip Kelly. And he recognized right away that they were both wrong choices.
Yeah, you can't leave those guys. Keep coming.
Right. Yeah, and he knew how to cut bait. The Warriors had a pretty damn good coach in Mark Jackson. The Warriors have sucked for years.
Giants are on the fumes of their World Series. They're living off that, and and they've lived off of it, and it's basically it's all used up at this point.
It's done. It's over.
And they miscalculated. They think as long as we throw out a team that's playing meaningful ball in September that has a chance to get in the playoffs, they thought the fans would buy it. No, we're not buying. I mean, I'd rather go watch senior softball games play softball. Serious. I don't know if that's what he does, if he just goes.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I see.
But no, I'd rather go watch men's softball games, because at least the ball's flying and there's some good plays. Or little league ball, like his son, roping balls out of the park. I love watching little league baseball, man. I mean, it's more entertaining. You see more action. The Giants, I'm serious. I don't really watch all the games anymore, the full everything, because I'll just do other things while it's on in the background, because there's nothing. I'm not missing anything.
I haven't watched a game from beginning to end all year. Not one. An inning here, an inning there, go back and forth, but just not interested. The other organizations I mentioned, bottom line, the Warriors and the 49ers ownership, they care about winning. That's the bottom line. The Giants ownership cares about making a profit.
Yeah.
They're not interested in winning.
It's so crazy too.
And it's very obvious, like these last 2 years. Very obvious.
Where would you say
we just happen to be calling them out for it. Exactly. I don't know why nobody else.
You think
it's not that hard to see.
Real quick, do you think the direction of this organization has gone up or gone down? How many years do we have Sabian as our general manager?
From 97 through like 16.
So like 20 years, pretty much, right?
Pretty much.
That's how good that the organization was when they knew that this guy was able to develop a team that could continuously competed year after year. Yeah, you're going to have a couple of down years, but on the most part, you were successful the majority of the time. So now you see what you've had with just 5 years of Farhan. You ain't getting that. There's none of that. And I don't know how you could continue to go forward with someone like Farhan when you had someone prior to him like Sabian. They got to make a change if they want to further bury the fan base. Stick with Farhan.
And what pisses off a lot of hardcore Giants fans is this regime told all of us that Bruce Bochy wasn't interested in managing anymore. They said Sabian wanted to go to the East Coast. They told us that when it was not. That was their first lie, and nobody called it out on them except years later. That was the first of many lies to come. Those guys wanted to stay here, but new ownership has to have their guys, and that's how it started. And it's gone downhill ever since.
See, Senior, Little League ball. There it is. Rockets. Team Tom Candiotti played on, the Rockets. That was a good team. And then in 1974, wow, that's a long time ago.
1974.
I was
1 year old.
I was
1 year. Oh my gosh.
All-Stars. Conquered American.
Guys,
with the pinstripes even.
Yeah, guys, let me piggyback on what I said and finish that. Do you know how hard that is to tell a fan base that's been waiting to win a world championship for 50 years and they finally do it, and the men that were responsible for bringing San Francisco their first 1, 2, and 3 baseball titles are pushed out the door.
It's crazy.
And we're told they want to go out. They want to leave.
They probably weren't woke enough.
I mean, at least have the guts. I mean, I'm not a big Jerry Jones fan, but at least he had the guts to say, I'm firing Tom Landry, an icon of a coach for the Dallas Cowboys, because he's not winning and I'm bringing in Jimmy Johnson. At least he had the guts to say, I'm firing him. I want my guy. But no, not Farhan and this regime. No, those guys, Bochy wants to retire. He wants to go to San Diego and be in his boat. Saves wants to go back to the East Coast. They're not interested in being in here anymore. Yes, they were. So you pushed out the manager and the general manager that brought 3 titles to this area. Like, I'm surprised more fans weren't pissed at them from the get-go.
I don't get it either.
They gave them a pass, and then in 2021, they win 107 games, and all is forgiven. I never forgot that, and a lot of good Giants fans didn't.
All right, let's do a little exercise before I get out of here. You guys can keep going if you want. I'm gonna get out of here at 10. I said so. Let's do in order. Let's rank not Giants, but Bay Area ownership of teams. Who have been the best operated teams, from the A's, Raiders, Sharks to, Giants, 49ers?
Eddie DeBartolo, 49ers.
Number one.
I think that's pretty.
Number one. Number 2, Joe Lacob. Well, Golden State Warriors. Number 3, I'm going to go with Al Davis. Al Davis was a guy that just win, baby. Just win. Are
you talking about the organization or what they did for the Bay Area?
I'm just talking about just running a franchise, like running it to win.
Charlie Finley was hated by his players, but they won. Owner of the A's, 3 consecutive World Series championships, 72, 73, 74.
Yeah.
And he didn't move the team out of the Oakland like Al Davis did. Maybe Charlie Finley, who again was hated by his players because he was cheap as hell. But they won. If that's what the question is, winning, the A's won a lot in the late 60s through the mid 70s, a lot. And so did the Raiders. So that's close. Joe Lacob is still to be, that story is not ended yet, but yeah, I would probably give them number 2. But Sabian and
I'm not putting Finley up that high, even though he won, because he ran a horrible organization. He didn't really try to win. He won by default because he had so many good players.
How did they get the good players?
Well, they were drafted. Bingo! But yeah,
they drafted good players.
But he was all about, that was at a different time in the early 70s when they were bad before, and I think they won in spite of Finley.
You know what I'm curious, Dan? Right now there's 40 rounds of the baseball draft. This is getting back into history, which I love talking about. I would love to know how many rounds a baseball draft was in the late 60s and early 70s. I would venture to say that there was a lot of hits, more hits than misses in the 60s and 70s with a lot less picks. Is that fair to say?
Oh, no, they had 65 rounds. Mike Piazza was drafted in like the 66th round.
Even back, no, I'm talking about the 60s and 70s.
I don't know. I think they used to have a ton of rounds back then.
Was it? Okay. I know Piazza was drafted in the mid 80s. But I'm talking the 60s or 70s.
Hey, Dan, can you upload that to StreamYard from your phone?
Yeah, I'm going to try it right now. Hold on.
Cool.
Hold on.
The Sharks are very well run. Unfortunately, they don't have a championship to show for it, but they're a pretty well run organization.
Yeah,
very strong fan base. They do things the right way, but everybody's judged by championships, so
yeah,
they're probably down on the list.
I got to transfer it to WeTransfer because it won't.
It won't. It's not the right.
It's too many. Stupid reason won't go to my email because it's too long.
Yeah, I tried to do that. I tried to email it to myself too, and it's too big. Yep.
So I'm compressing it.
Hey Dan, El Scorpio in the chat mentions Lasorda as the reason why they picked Piazza. Let me ask you something, Dan, as an Italian guy. What would dinner with Lasorda be like, being an avid Giants fan? What would the two of you talk about over a nice lasagna meal in the city? I would love to be there and listen to that conversation, because Lasorda was so animated, and I could see a young Dan Cochimilio being pretty animated too. That would be a very interesting chat.
Yeah, that would be very interesting. Yes, indeed it would be.
I love Lasorda for the game. I can't stand the Dodgers, but let me tell you how many times Lasorda had fans at Candlestick booing him, and when he'd get kicked out of a game, he had to go all the way. He had to walk across the field to right field, and he milked it. Great ambassador for the game.
Thanks, Aaron. Yeah, that was a while back. Yeah, I went off on that one. Man, that was a good one.
Tommy Lasorda beat the crap out of the Philly Fanatic. The Philly Fanatic was a mascot for the Phillies, and he had a Lasorda doll that he was beating. That
was hilarious. Yeah.
And Lasorda didn't like it. That was not like a show.
That wasn't Lasorda a bit.
Came out. No, he came out and fucking beat the crap out of the Fanatic. Oh my God! YouTube that. It's great.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
All right, I may have this. Let's see if I got this here.
The Fanatic, wasn't he on the four-wheeler and Lasorda couldn't get him? I think that's what happened.
He was, but he caught him eventually. San Diego Chicken and the Philly Fanatic.
Oh, the Chicken
are the two best mascots in baseball.
All right, we got something here to pull up from the. Was this today, Senior?
I think it was today or this weekend for sure.
All right, so we got Senior's son Charlie here, 10-year-old.
There we go.
Now I got
a bases clearing triple. That was pretty good. You hear that sound? Boink! Oh, you knew that was gone.
Aluminum bats.
Wow.
Boink! See if I can. It takes me a while to just. Okay, let's try WeTransfer.
Hey, Spencer Stewart. I don't know that story about Lasorda and the Expos mascot. he got him kicked out. I gotta look that one up.
I think I might be able to get it here. Let's see what happens here.
I'm putting it into WeTransfer right now.
Oh, yeah. I see. I don't have that. Yeah, you got it.
Oh, Salty would go off, Will. he was a legend. He would go off.
All right.
Big time.
Yeah, that sounded sweet, though.
He would love this show because he could only go so far. He could only go so far on KNBR. They give him 2 or 3 minutes, and he called everybody. He called Tolbert. He called Ralph. He called Sports Phone 68 late night. He called Larry. He would be in this group right now if he was alive. Probably come on with us, and he would go off, and we'd give him a long leash.
Hold on, what's going on? Come on.
Salty from Clovis, classic.
89, 88. I don't want that.
He moved around, wasn't he, in Sacramento at one time? Pretty sure he was.
What's going on here?
Shit, Will, we might have him as a co-host.
Who's that?
He'd Salty.
Oh yeah,
He'd fit right in. Oh my God, he would. Oh yeah.
Yikes.
We got to get Greg from Oregon. He always has the Shakespearean quotes. There we go.
Gary Radnich is retired and living in San Francisco peacefully and quietly without much social media or anything. He has a pretty private life. I think Larry still talks to him though.
All right, I gotta do this whole
Pastor time.
upload, download, convert to a
Then
MP4.
upload it back.
Yeah, and upload it back, download it. It's just crazy.
10:04, Denny.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
He's
playing
just trying to
one more
get this. Yeah.
I'm just teasing him.
Download. Okay, there we go. Download and StreamYard.
I'm debating
You didn't get a Loco Moco this morning, did you, Dan?
No, I didn't.
All right, soon enough.
Wait, when you've got a lot
Tony
of files,
Bruno
each
and Gary
one is-
Radnich together was
What?
classic.
Please
I used to
delete
love
some
it.
files before uploading more. All right.
After this, I'm gonna go listen.
Oh,
to
we got too many in there. You want me to delete some?
Let me delete.
We got a shit ton in there.
First of all, I've already said, gone on record.
Okay. Delete. What's this one?
Just off the tip of the glove, a little bit close.
Let's see if we can add this one back in now. There we go. Guess I got to delete some of these other ones. So here we go. Another one for Charlie. Is this a double? Looks like maybe a double.
Whoa.
First.
What happened? Man, that was solid.
That looks like it's up there near the 80 freeway or something. Is it?
It looks like the 99 or something. Yeah.
Right up there, Vacaville or something. Where is that at? Let's watch that one again. I like that. I like the stand.
I like. Opposite field into the gap. That's awesome, man.
That looks like somewhere off of 80.
Yeah, let me see this one more.
Yep, that's the 99. That's the 99.
99.
Yep.
Boom. Got to hit one of those big rigs.
Yeah, there you go.
Hit one off the big rig, man. Boom.
I notice he's wearing number 8. I'm guessing that's not by accident, right? I'm guessing that's not by accident. Yep. Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
All right. Well, hey, I'm going to get out of here. You guys can keep going. I think at 12, the military show on the NorCal Sports Network.
I don't know about that.
Starts. It may be early on Sunday night.
You could just carry it on after tonight.
It keeps going.
Yeah, I'm not gonna restart it. We'll see.
And then we've got the Chardall's not here tonight.
I haven't seen him. Oh, you know why? Because Frank Red was on. So.
Oh, he's probably getting rest though, because he's got his 2 a.m. show on the top 5 that we just added to the channel.
Did you see him come in with Paul Revere yesterday as his?
Yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow night after the Giants Padres as they fight for third place in the National League West. Gee, how pathetic. I think the Padres win 2 of 3 at least on this trip. Padres are playing loose. They're the better team. They have more talent. They would love to finish strong. And
who's going to be rated number 1 power ranking in fantasy football after week 3?
Somehow if I can come back and win, it might be me. But if I lose, I don't know where I drop to.
Is there any undefeated guys left right now?
Nope.
No.
Very competitive. Very competitive.
It's a competitive league. You'll probably stay in 11th even though you win because it's based on points. I'm just saying.
No,
points.
I know, yeah. Well,
it's
poor Bora, man. He's going to be like toilet paper, bringing it up the rear.
Yeah, Bora. But I started 0-4 last year and finished 7-7. So, Will Martinez says he's soon to be 3-0.
Ooh.
Oh, that's right. He's playing me.
There you go. So there may be an undefeated team.
I'm coming back tomorrow night, Will, and I'm going to smack you. And the guy you traded for me, White, is going off for 98 points. Mark it down. 7 touchdowns. No.
7
No. Hey, I'll take if I can get 15 out of White and 15 out of Devontae, it's going to be close. Or I'll take 22 from Devontae and 17 from White. That'll be close. Yeah, I got to come back. Will Martinez.
Who is Gabe's food review again?
That's Will B.
Oh, that's Will B.
Yeah.
He was talking shit this week. I'm not saying nothing, man.
Will be 2-1.
2-1.
Will be 2-1. And a lot of 1 and 2s and a few 2 and 1s. Maybe a 3-0. That would be Will Martinez, the guy who lost 2 guys in week 1 to Achilles. Wow.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yep.
How about Carler P? How's he doing in there? Hold on. Where is he at?
He's Brock the party.
Wow. He lost his running backs, and look at him.
Yeah.
Then again, you got the Heroku. They're projecting him to be 169, though. We'll see.
If Dan loses, expect to see a ton of roster turnover. No, I don't. I'm probably going to stick mostly with the roster. I may be putting Derrick Henry on the block. I don't know. I'm not sure. I tried to trade him earlier, but he's just I don't know what's going on. It's just
I don't want Ohtani, Matthew. I'm on record. I don't want Ohtani.
But you know what? If Farhan stays, he may just overpay just to get that monkey off his back. I could see him doing that.
I'm the only.
I agree. No, I agree with you. I'm just saying, as far as trying to get in the mindset of what Farhan may do.
Sean's
I'm on an island. And I recognize that.
Elementary, my dear Watson is Sean's name. Somebody asked. Kyle. Yeah.
Yep.
Don't want him. I want the guys from Japan.
All right, guys. I'm out. You guys have a good one. I'll be back with the rest of these guys tomorrow night after the Giants Padres game and Monday Night Football. So, we'll come on after the Giants game. So probably be about 9:30. But shows are going to get a little bit shorter.
And few and far between. How are we going to do this with, I guess we'll have to talk about that later. We should be doing some playoff baseball at least.
Oh, we'll do playoff baseball. Yeah, we'll do playoff baseball. But I'm out. You guys can hang with Eric, maybe Los. I'm not sure if Los is staying or not. He says
he's out.
All right, it's Eric, and he'll probably open it up.
I don't know what we'll do. I'm debating.
All right, later, guys.
Later.
Deal.
Handle it, Eric.
Oh, yeah. Yeehaw. And then there was one. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I don't even know how much longer I want to go on this. What do you guys want to talk about? You got the last couple of Starship time. Yeah, hey, let's take a gander at that. You guys want to take a gander at some Starship? Let's bring up the good old Twitter. Let's see what we got here. I'm probably going to lose 500 people out of this now. Where is he at? No, not him. Oh, where the heck is it? No. Wrong name. All right. Let's see what we got here. Get rid of that. All right. Yeah, only 73 in the chat. Oh, yeah. How about that? I'm surprised there's still that many right here. The ship that will make us multi-planetary. Yeah, there you go. That's the goal, right? Let's see, Eric. That's what exactly what I'm saying. What you said. I wouldn't want Ohtani either, but Farhan would. Yeah, I think I could see him doing that. I could honestly see Farhan, because again, like I said, to get that monkey off his back that he doesn't sign these big contracts. I could see him doing that just for that simple fact. Hey, look, I was able to sign this guy. But I don't know. We'll have to see how that all pans out. I still don't think he's going to be coming to San Francisco. He's going to be going elsewhere. Oh, let me see if I need to blow that up a little bit. Yep. We see how that looks. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Now let's see what you got here, Max Evans. Oh yeah, you had Falcon 9 go off there. Let's see. Oh yeah, today was Shuttle Sunday. Oh, that's right. They captured the samples that they got from the asteroid, came back to Earth. That's pretty cool. We'll have to see what that's all about. Huh. That's pretty cool. We'll have to see how that all works out. Oh, they have a bunch of that. Okay, cool. Falcon 9. Not a whole lot on Starship, so we'll pass on that for now. What do we got? Yeah, it crashed in Utah, right? Did it crash, or did it actually? Is everything good? Kyle, have I heard of David Adair? No, I haven't. Who is he? Fill me in. I'm not sure who David Adair is. Senior, I just don't know how the Giants ownership allow Farhan to sign Ohtani. Yeah, I think that's another good point. The ownership will probably not give the green light for that. If they're only going to give him one more deal, they may say no. You're limited to only a few guys, and that's it. We're not going to allow you to do anything because we're probably going to move on from you if they don't already fire him. Now, if they get new ownership, or not new ownership, but a new general manager, maybe they give him more of a leash. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, that's what you're saying. Yeah, it crashed into the asteroid Bennu. That's right. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah, 9/11. I'll never forget that. I was actually I was stationed at Shepherd Air Force Base. That's when I was doing some instructor duty over there. And oh, there we go. I'll get to that in a minute, Will. But yeah, I'll never forget. I was at Shepherd. I was at that time they were called SP, Security Police, but they're now Security Forces. But they had augmentees, so like 2 weeks out of the year, I'd basically go be a cop on base. And I just got done doing my 2 weeks, and we were doing 12-hour shifts. I just came off shift at 7:00 in the morning on September 11th. Went home, and anytime I worked a mid shift, as soon as I got home, I went to sleep. And it's funny. So I'm sleeping, and my wife comes in and says, hey, Eric, a plane hit the World Trade Center. And I just kind of was groggy. I was like, oh, okay, I'll check it. I'll check it out, after I wake up, see what's going on. And maybe about 30, 45 minutes later, she's yelling for me, saying the World Trade Center is collapsed. And I'm going, what? What are you talking about? I come out there and I'm watching the TV, and I'm just like, what in the world is going on? I don't get this. It doesn't make sense. And they're showing, they're showing the World Trade Center, and then they flashed to the Pentagon, and I saw that on smoke and fire. And I was like, we're at war. I mean, it was funny because I've only got maybe an hour or two of sleep and I was wide awake. I was like, oh man, I better go into work. And I wasn't even in uniform because I was off duty, but I went to where I was teaching. I didn't go back to the security forces. I went to where I was teaching. I walk into the office and everyone is just going nuts. I mean, it was just, no one knew what the hell was going on. People were freaking out. It was weird. And I was like, you know what? I bet you I'm going to get called up. Because that's what happens if if there's a catastrophe, I'll get called up to be a security forces guy, until they need me or until they're done. So I called them because I knew I was going to get a recall. And I was like, you know what? I already did a mid shift. So I called them. I was like, look, I know you guys are going to be doing a recall. I just got off a mid shift with you guys. Can I just stay on mids? And they were actually worked with me and they say, yeah, go ahead. Report at, what time did I report? Like 7:00 at night or something like that. And for that whole week, it was just nuts. I mean, it was checking every single car that was coming in through the base. I mean, the traffic was backed up for miles. I mean, it was nuts, but I couldn't believe it. It was pretty damn shocking. Let's see. Will Martinez, not trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but a lot of things. Nah, don't get caught up in that whole 9/11 conspiracy. I mean, come on. It was live and on TV. You saw those planes hit the buildings. There was no explosives. There was none of that. It was 100%. They were using giant aircraft as missiles. And you got to remember, these things were filled up with thousands of pounds of fuel. Aviation fuel, if it's going to impact, it's going to burn and it's going to burn hot. So, these guys, they took off from Boston and New York. And, if they're flying all the way to LA or San Francisco, they're going to have a lot of fuel on board. So when they impact it, it's basically a missile that's hitting those buildings. But it's funny because I started watching National Geographic. I don't know how many years ago they put it out, but they have a documentary, and I've been watching it, and it's tough to watch because you see what some of these guys just went through, and it's just, God, I just can't imagine being in those. Yeah, United 93, but can you imagine being on the top floor? You got nowhere to go. You don't know what to do. If you're lucky, you'll be able to find a staircase to get down. If not, I mean, you're just basically calling your loved ones saying, this is it. I mean, gosh, I couldn't imagine. And then people jumping. And in that documentary, they were showing that, and they were actually, they were in the lobby of, I think, Tower 1. And you could hear the impact of the bodies hitting the buildings. It was just like, gosh. I mean, what has to go through your mind to be able to do that is just, I couldn't imagine. But that was a tough day. We talked a little bit about it yesterday. That was probably the most devastating event that would happen in U.S. history up to that point. But, yeah, that's kind of my 9/11 stuff there. Top 5 favorite military. Man, there's a lot of good military movies out there. Man, my most favorite one probably is Band of Brothers. Yeah, what? I got one too. I got a newspaper saved too. It's up in the attic with the towers. Matter of fact, it showed the impact of that second plane into the tower. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's what it was. I think I got a Time magazine with that too. I think it's the same picture, if I'm not mistaken. Black Hawk Down. That was an okay movie. The book, of course, just like with everything else, the book was much better. 100%. Hey, Will, if you want to join in here, I'll throw in the link if you want to come in as well. But yeah, the book was fantastic. Black Hawk Down. The movie is okay, a little bit, of course, Hollywoodish. But the one I really liked again, it was Band of Brothers. Absolutely love Band of Brothers. Yes, it was, wasn't it, Brazili? The National Geographic documentary is fantastic with the 9/11. They do a good job. Just like I said, they're the same ones who did Retrograde, the one I've been talking about the last couple of nights. And yeah, I recommend that one. That one was a very good chronicle of, when America pulled out of Afghanistan and you had General Sadat of the Afghan National Army having to keep it together. It was very fantastic. It was fantastic. We Were Soldier Once. That was good. We Were Soldiers was a good movie. I like that one. Yeah, Colonel Moore. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know he had died, but Hal Moore, he was an innovator in tactics as far as how to fight a insurgency. And, there's a guy, you're going to have to put a lot of credit on him and on being able to, he took the fight to the Viet Cong and to the Vietnam. I mean, that was the first time that the Americans actually made contact with the actual army and not the Viet Cong. So I like Saving Private Ryan. That's not bad. A little bit Hollywoodish, but the acting by Mel Gibson was fantastic, man. I mean, goodness gracious. He's the one that carried it. All the other guys are kind of, I like the sniper guy. That guy was pretty good. That guy was pretty good. What's his name? The guy that went to, how come I can't think of his name? The main actor, the guy that went to go save. Yeah, he was, even God, I can't remember, but that was, I think, one of his first roles. It was okay. He was okay. But Tom Hanks, man, top notch right there in that movie. Did you ever see Greyhound? That was another good movie. That was, I think, done by Apple TV, where Tom Hanks was a skipper of a U.S. destroyer escorting the ships across the Atlantic during World War II. Matt Damon. Thank you, Mark. But yeah, he was escorting the convoys across the Atlantic, and he had to face off against the German. That was actually a decent movie. Again, a little bit of Hollywoodish, when they made the Germans seem like they were the big bad spooky man, and it got all this weird paint on the submarines. But no, other than that, though, it was a good movie. I enjoyed that one. Let's see. We Were Soldiers were filmed on the Central Coast. Huh. Really? I didn't know that. That makes sense, I guess, because you kind of get the way the hills look. Maybe the hills are similar to what it was in Vietnam. What do they call that? The Central Highlands, I think. No, Mel Gibson was not in Saving Private Ryan. We're talking about We Were Soldiers. Monuments Men, I still need to watch that. The Only Skipper, yeah. Look, Captain Phillips was another fantastic movie. It was it's kind of military there, I guess, at the end with the Navy SEALs when they came and dropped the terrorists. But look up Greyhound. I think you only can watch it on Apple TV, I think. But that was really good. Really good. Oh, what is this? I think Lois has doubts about 9/11 like Aaron Rodgers. Let's see. Oh, it's funny, Spencer, how you say that. When I went and saw Private Ryan, Saving Private Ryan, I was stationed at Shepherd Air Force Base, and I went and watched it. And when it first opened, and like you said, there was a lot of, I'm thinking there were World War II vets. I'm pretty sure they look pretty damn old. And it was insane because the theater was packed. And, when the way the movie starts off, you see the American flag flying. That's zoomed in with the American flag, which is it's a fantastic choreography. And it shows the old man walking along Omaha Beach at the graveyard. And he comes up, to the tombstone, and you see him breaking down. It was tough. And then they do that intense zoom in his face, and it goes straight into when they're landing on the beach. Man, when that stuff started kicking off, there was guys in the damn theater. They were standing up. Actually, before that, before I get to that, when the American flag was up, the old timers, they were standing up and paying their respects to the flag in just that short bit. It was really weird. I'm not weird as in that it was really short, and they would have to sit right back down. But when the action started going, there was guys that were standing up saying, "Get that son of a bitch!" And I'm standing there. I was like, "What is going on? These guys are gonna freaking lose it right here in the theater." I was like, "What in the heck is going on?" But it really brought forth some memories of the old timers, no doubt about it. What was favorite military base I was stationed at? Man, I had some good assignments. I was stationed at Travis. I was stationed at Beale. I was stationed at Luke. I was stationed at Shepherd. I did a year in Korea. I hated that one. And then I did 3 years in Germany. That one was probably my most favorite. I was actually stationed at a NATO unit. So I was actually a supervisor. I was running the servicing section out there. I had German civilians, Dutch civilians, Italian military, and another U.S. military guy that I was directly supervising. All these guys, though, it's crazy because they're way older than me. They were like in their 50s, and here I am, like 30 something, and I got to be their boss. A little awkward, They've been working there for like 30 something years, and me, I'm just an American guy that comes in there for 3 years and then I'm gone. So it was a little bit odd, but I made some really good friendships with over there. It was fun. It was a really good assignment. I was, being centrally located in Europe, we were able to go all over the place. Oh yes, 1917. That was a really good movie. I enjoyed that one. I guess that was like, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, what's up, Will?
Yo.
And I think it was filmed in like 2 takes or something like that. So I think my daughter was telling me like that. Yeah, fantastic movie. 1917. Good deal. Restrepo. Yep, we talked about that the other night, D-Shot. I don't know if you were here. Me and Will B, a matter of fact, we're talking about Restrepo.
Yeah, I don't know if you
another
were
really
there.
Good Restrepo. If you watch Retrograde, it's very in a similar type of, I guess, genre as Restrepo. It didn't have as much action, you know what I'm saying? But as far as the way that it's a documentary, it was really good.
Yeah,
Dunkirk was okay. It was hard to try to follow a couple of times because they kind of were flashing forward, flashing back, staying in the present. It was a little bit confusing in that. It was another good one. Oh man, what was it called? The Darkest Day or something? When how come I can't think of that actor? Where he played Winston Churchill. I can't remember the name of the actor. Really good actor. The guy who was in Batman. He played Commissioner Gordon. Oh, gosh, dang it. I can't remember he's a really good actor though. But yeah, I think it was The Darkest Day, The Darkest Hour. Yes, Spencer, thank you. Great movie. I love that movie. That was a good one. Platoon, Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, that was kind of, the first hour when they were in basic training was probably the best. Once they went to Vietnam, it got stupid. I didn't care for it.
Yeah, I got a little out of control, unrealistic.
Yeah. MASH. My dad used to love watching MASH. My dad used to love watching the TV series. What else have we got in here? Dunkirk. We talked about that one. Strepo. All Quiet on the Western Front. That's like a classic. Same thing with oh my gosh, what's the one with about D-Day? Oh my gosh, what was that one? It had John Wayne, had a whole bunch of people in it.
Oh, jeez.
It was all about the landing, Normandy.
Yeah, I saw my grandfather.
Schindler's List, good movie.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's a good movie we saw recently? Sobibor. It was a Russian movie. It's in subtitle, but it was about the revolt that the inmates had, or not the inmates, but the Jews. They plotted an escape, and a bunch of them were able to escape. Really good movie. Sobibor. Let me type it in. I'm trying to remember. I think I don't want to get Sobibor. I think that's what it is. It's either Sobibor or Sobibor. It's one of those two. I can't remember. If you guys Google it, I'm sure you'll be able to find it. Hamburger Hill. Yeah. That one was pretty crazy. The Longest Day. Thank you, Cool Breeze. Comes through. That's the one I'm thinking of. The Longest Day. It's like a 3-hour movie all about the D-Day landings. Yep, David. Thank you. Absolutely. But what's another good one? I was an Air Force guy, but I didn't care for Red Tails. That was, again, kind of Hollywoodish. I liked the story because they were talking about the Tuskegee Airmen, which could be an absolutely great story, but it just, like I said.
If they tell it right.
Yeah, that's the issue. They
didn't tell it right at all. The real story is better than what they showed in the actual
I know. And it's just, and like I said, the action scenes was more Hollywoodish. It's just, it was a good movie. Dedication. That came out last year. It was about the first black naval aviator during the Korean War. and he went and he crash landed, and his wingman tried to go rescue him. Very good movie. I suggest you go watch that.
I'll check that one out.
Yeah,
I've been watching this. I've been rehashing some of the old stuff on History Channel. I remember back in the day when History Channel actually used to play good stuff. Now they don't play anything but reality bullshit. What was that? It was either called Air Warriors or Air Battles, or no, it's called Dogfights.
Dogfights, yeah, where they would put
simulate.
They simulate the different aircraft. Yeah,
and then they talk to the pilots that were involved.
Iron Eagle. Oh my god, I used to love that crap. I used to watch that all the time when I was a kid. Oh my gosh, it had all the Motown music going on. The Hades bomb. I was like, what the hell? The Hades bomb. Flags of Our Father. I never watched that, but I heard it.
I've never seen that one
either. What is it? Zero Dark 30. I never watched that one. Did you watch that one, Will? That's the one about getting Bin Laden.
I think I have. I just don't remember it too much. Cap's favorite royals. That's got
Dan. Come on, Dan.
Tell me that's bullshit.
Look at Dan.
What surprised me? He's got some favorite royals. He's got a whole variety. He's probably got in this little cabinet back home. Actually, I said little cabinet. He's probably got a massive one for it.
He just derailed us talking about some great war movies, and he's coming in. Iron Eagle, yes. Oh my gosh. It was just so funny. Bunch of high school kids hacking in, military computers and stealing an F-16. Actually, a couple of them. The Covenant. I've been wanting to see that, and I haven't got to it yet. Wasn't
there a guy that was working maintenance on F-16? He actually got into it and actually turned it on and everything. And
yeah, it may have. I haven't heard.
Let off a burst out of the cannon.
No, I didn't hear about that. It didn't happen before 2014, because I would have heard about that. Dr. Strangelove, that's a great Cold War movie. I have seen some bad incidents, though, where I've seen like maintainers literally blow themselves up.
Oh, I'm sure.
Using the support equipment that we're responsible for.
Yeah, I know Fort Hood back a few years back. God, I keep saying a few years back, and I keep forgetting it's been like a long time. But Fort Hood, they were doing an exercise there with the Blackhawks, and they were doing some kind of mission, some kind of CASEVAC mission, simulated reality, in other words.
Right.
And a tank was out there on a tank range, and they fired a Sabo around, and it hit the damn Blackhawk and killed everybody on board.
Oh my gosh.
What was that, back in the late 2000s?
Wow. Danger close.
Danger close. That's one of our terms.
Yeah, that's when you're dropping bombs or bringing in artillery, like basically on top of you.
Pretty much.
Yep. Eric L. Oh my God. 10 in the nuts with the coconut oil. See, you derailed it. Had something going good here. Man, what's another one? I know there's some others out there. The one with Marcus Luttrell, Lone Survivor. That was good.
Lone Survivor, yeah.
That was a good movie. Yeah, I have Amazon Prime. Oh, is it free right now? Oh, I'm going to have to go watch it then. Yes, we have Amazon Prime. I'm going to have to go check that out if it's free then. No doubt about it. Did a Marine get get killed at a shooting?
Probably. Accidents happen a lot. We had when I was stationed at Fort Lewis, we went out to the range. You have to qualify every so often.
Yeah.
And when I was out there, I just gotten finished. We just got back into our barracks, but then the rumor was the next day there was a female nurse who turned facing the firing line, lit off a 3-round burst down the entire firing line. So in other words, she was letting down a 3-round burst at our own troops. And yeah, not too good.
Oh my God. Red Dawn. Yes. Wolverines. Yeah, great movie. Not really a war. Well, what'd you call that? It
could be. It's almost reality.
Yeah, almost reality.
Almost reality.
High school kids living out in the mountains and killing Russian soldiers.
That'd be awesome.
Thin Red Line. The Thin Red Line.
All the soundtrack to that is amazing too.
Yeah. Rip Swayze. Yeah, Yeah, Patrick Swayze was like a badass in Red Dawn. Like, you'll drink that blood. Drink it. Drink that blood. Yeah, see, Wolverines, exactly. 100%. C. Thomas Howell, he was like a badass in that one. He didn't mess around. Let's see. Pearl Harbor, that was a joke. I hated that movie.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, turn that day into a love story. Cool, right on.
Ooh, my dad was in a Navy F-4 squadron at Miramar in the mid-'70s. That's before Top Gun. Actually, no, I take that back. Top Gun actually was formed because it was actually formed during Vietnam. The hangar next to ours was called Top Gun. Yep. They started that school during Vietnam because they were getting their asses whooped, and they had to figure out new tactics and how to fight the Vietnam. Wow, the Russians, because a lot of them were flying the MiGs during that time. So the Dirty Dozen. Oh, The Great Escape, Stalag 17, The Dirty Dozen. That was a good movie. My dad used to love watching that movie. Oh, Midway, the original Midway.
Yeah, not the Woody Harrelson one.
Yeah, was that one in it? Someone said it was okay. Did it suck or was it bad?
You know what they do to movies these days.
Yeah. See, you talked about this. I need to watch that one.
Yeah, that one. That
It'll
one
piss you off, right?
It will make your blood boil, dude.
Yeah.
100%.
The Retrograde will do the same thing. I'm telling you. You gotta know going in. You know, it'll piss you off. American Sniper. Ain't that sad? What happened with that guy?
Yeah, got taken
He's trying to help veterans, and a fellow veteran shoots and kills him. Unbelievable, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
No rhyme or reason at all. Just
no rhyme or reason.
Total freaking mind.
Who did that 13 hours? Who put that together, anyways?
Oh God, who was it? That's a great question.
So the remake was terrible. Okay. Yeah, I love the original. I don't know if you guys remember this. It depends. It'll depend on how old you guys are. When I was a kid and on TV, it was every Easter. I don't know why it was Easter. I'll have to look up when Battle of Midway actually occurred. But it seemed like every Easter time, it was around that time that they would always play Midway, the Battle of Midway.
Michael Bay did 13 hours.
Oh, he did. Okay. Yeah, he's decent. Tora. Oh, and how about the bridges over, what the hell is it called?
River Kwai.
River Kwai. Yep. Another good one. Apocalypse Now. I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Oh, they got the Redux on Netflix, and that thing is amazing.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
I didn't know they redid that one.
Worth of 3 hours.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Oh, he was so good in that movie.
Oh, how can I forget? Gettysburg. Great movie.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, Gettysburg. Yeah.
The thing that sucked is the acting, the lines were fantastic. But man, the facial hair, they didn't have the
you could tell it was all fake. Yeah,
I read about that. They just didn't have, because it was actually made for TV, so the budget wasn't like for major motion picture type stuff. So that's why the beards look like horrible, man. Especially Berenger as Longstreet, man.
That was so bad. That was so awful, man.
Glory, yes, great movie. Oh, what was it? The 52nd Massachusetts, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, one of the first black regiments trying to take. What was that? It wasn't Fort Fisher. What fort was it? Oh, I should know. I forgot. Hunt for Red October.
Oh,
one ping and one ping only, please. Yeah, that was a pretty good Sean Connery, huh?
That was actually based off of a true event.
Tom Clancy book. It was based off the Tom Clancy book. Fantastic book. Again, the movie was actually pretty good, but it was based off of Tom Clancy's book. One ping and one ping only, please. Yeah, love that movie. Smells Like Victory. No, can't say. When Trumpets Fade. No. It wasn't Fort Sumter. Fort Sumter was the first. That was the first fort that was fired upon to start off the Civil War. Oh my gosh!
What about the Patriot?
Oh my god!
Bit corny.
Oh my god!
Bit corny. We could use more Revolutionary War stuff.
They need more Revolutionary War
and Civil War, man. Shit, what are we doing?
Yeah. Let's see if I got this. Oh, what the hell was it?
Fort Wagner.
That's it. Fort Wagner.
Spencer.
That's the one. There you go. Way to go, Spencer. You redeemed yourself. Yes, it was Fort Wagner. That's the one that they went and attacked. Crimson Tide. That was a good movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little bit on the kind of, the Hollywoodish, but I would say the acting between Denzel Washington and Gene Hackman, fantastic. Come on, Weps. Are you with me, Weps? Come on, Weps. You know who was that? You know who played Weps? The lieutenant that was in charge of weapons? The guy who was in the Lord of the Rings. The main guy. I can't remember what his name is. The weird last name. Oh my gosh. The one that was actually, he was the heir of the king of the humans.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got that weird last name. I'm not going to even try to pronounce it.
Mortensen? Vigo?
Yep, Viggo Mortensen. That's the guy. Yep, that's who played Weps in Crimson Tide. Yep.
Freaking Navy and all their weird little abbreviations. That would piss me off being called Weps.
Oh, he's finishing. Oh, I love the smell of napalm in the morning. It smells like victory. Okay, gotcha. Tropic Thunder. Come on, man. I know where he's going.
Tropic Thunder's awesome.
Schmeagle, yes. Fort Farhan and the Implosion.
Good Lord.
Oh my gosh. Where else we got here? God, what else? There was some Gone with the Wind. That's not really it's kind of war, but not really. But that was epic. That was an epic movie.
Someone mentioned Hacksaw Ridge earlier. That's
Hacksaw Ridge, yeah. Hacksaw Ridge.
Balls of steel, man. No weapon. You're just out there. All right, have fun. God, I don't know if I could do something like that. I mean, I guess if you're in that situation.
I'm trying to think of another one. This is a good topic because we could go on forever on these.
Oh yeah.
Braveheart. I
Braveheart,
consider that a war movie. It was the Scots against the Brits. Memphis Belle. Yeah.
And if we're going on that road too, Cromwell's a good movie.
Which one?
Cromwell.
I haven't seen it. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's made in the 70s.
Yeah, Memphis Belle was okay. Good story behind it.
Deer Hunter.
Deer. Oh, wasn't that had what's his name in it, right?
De Niro and then
oh my God, what's
Christopher Walken.
Why am I thinking? How come I'm thinking of Burt Reynolds? Wasn't he in The Deer Hunter? Wasn't Burt Reynolds? Run Silent, Run Deep, classic submarine movie.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Unbroken. Das Boot.
Mark Graves of the Unbroken.
Unbroken. Which one was Unbroken?
That was the guy who was flying, I think, with B-29s. They crashed and burned there, and he got put in a Japanese concentration camp. He was actually, before that, he was an Olympian. He was an Olympic track and field runner.
That's right. I never saw that. I need to watch that. I don't think I've ever seen Deer Hunter. Nope. I can't say that I have.
That scene when they're playing Russian roulette.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. It gets pretty intense.
Wow. Oh, man. Sitting here racking my brain again. De Niro, Streep, Walken, all in The Deer Hunter. Oh, Bat 21. That was actually a good movie. That's the one with Gene Hackman and Danny Glover. Remember Gene Hackman had to eject.
That was a true story, I believe, too.
Yeah, it was a true story. And Danny Glover was the forward observer trying to find him and help him out. Yeah, that was good.
Oh man, hey, after we're done, I'll have to send you a link to a couple of things via the old Yahoo, man. There's
okay.
On YouTube, I discovered a few things about some stuff like that, the Vietnam era SOG, the guys who are doing the Special Operations Group and all that fun stuff. There's one where these guys are being chased by a bunch of Viet Cong, and it's like 3 or 4 dudes, and they're hiding, and they're on the radio trying to talk to the forward observer, trying to get some air support in. And the guy's like, "Hey, where are you at?" He goes, I can't talk. They're right here." It gets really intense.
Wow.
Yeah, it gets really intense.
Huh. What's it? Uncle Holka.
Uncle Holka. Yeah, Stripes.
I never watched that.
It's not too bad. It's a comedy, obviously, but
yeah, he was. If I'm not mistaken, I think Gene Hackman was in a B-52, and they ejected behind enemy lines.
That's such a cool airplane too.
Which one? The B-52?
Oh yeah.
That thing's still flying.
Yeah.
That thing is still flying.
It's a dinosaur.
It is. I mean, it's incredible that damn thing is still flying. Wow. No, 13. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. 13 hours. The Benghazi.
Yeah, that's an intense one.
Yep. Trying to think. Man, we hit quite a few of them. Man.
Cleared almost the entire genre.
I know, right? Trying to think. Oh, aren't they coming out with a Rainbow Six? I think they're coming out. Me. I think they are. Do you ever read the book? The book is fantastic.
No, I haven't. I have some friends that wanted me to get into that, but I never read it.
Oh my gosh.
What happened to DB Cooper?
How about Aliens? They had the Space Marines. Right?
Oh, that was a good movie.
Game over, man. Game over. In case up you ain't on current events, we just got our asses kicked.
The new ones are all right too. Killed off the engineers.
Forrest Gump. Yeah, the war scenes were. I agree. They were pretty damn intense. Actually, they did a good job on that one. Oh, something bit me.
He got bit in the ass.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, yeah, by an AK-47. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch Zero Dark 30. No doubt about it. All right, cool.
Zero Dark 30. Yeah, the old Navy SEAL.
Yeah, I was overseas. I was deployed during that time. As a matter of fact, one of our assets helped during that operation, which was pretty cool.
Didn't they? Oh, that was back when J-Bag got nailed with that massive. That was a V-bid.
Who did?
Jalalabad. They got smoked. That whole area got hit with a massive V-bid that came through their gate and killed how many people did it kill?
Where is this?
Jalalabad, Afghanistan.
Oh, Jalalabad, yeah. Yeah, those the vehicle borne or the vehicle improvised explosive devices. Those things are nasty.
Oh yeah.
They were they were shaped charges, so they just go right through the damn armor like it was nothing. Then we got Born on the 4th of July. I never watched that one. I know that's Tom Cruise. Fury. Oh, that's the one with what's his name? Being a tank commander, right?
Oh yeah, that's a great movie.
Is it good? I think it's based on a true story too, isn't it?
I think it's loosely based off.
Loosely based.
Yeah, it's got Brad Pitt in it.
Brad Pitt, that's it.
Platoon sergeant.
Yep. Unthinkable. I don't know what that one is.
Yeah, I don't know what that one is either.
Now, was Zero Dark Thirty, was that all based on the Bin Laden operation?
Yeah, I think it was actually based off one of those guys' books.
Okay. Good Morning Vietnam. My dad used to love watching that. He used to love watching that.
Still mystifies me why we got special operations personnel writing books. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, they're kind of cashing in on the whole
You don't see special forces doing that.
Well, there's a lot of Navy
Not
SEAL
really,
guys.
but I mean,
They got. You ever seen? There's a YouTube channel out there with some civil or Navy SEAls where they're like talk about.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. They're talking
It's
about.
actually pretty good. I like it. It's not so bad. But a lot of them will be writing books, and that's fine. I mean, if you want to, if you got a story to tell, go for it. But
don't give away too much stuff though. You got that 20-year obligation, right? When you got a security clearance or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. I don't even. Yeah. Something like that. I never did get a TS. I had a secret, but I never got the TS.
Yeah, I had a secret as well.
Yeah, you got to go through. Whew,
for the TS. You got to get
Oh,
you got to get an interview by the CIA, man.
Yeah, you get interviewed by a lot of people, and then
yeah.
they go to your family members, your school, all that. I mean, it's pretty intense, which it should be. I mean, TS is no joke.
No, yeah, my dad had one. He was they call it cryptologic technician in the Navy.
Oh, anything with the cryptologic, yeah, that's all. Yeah, making sure the information doesn't get in the wrong hands, type of stuff.
Listening to radio communication between the Russians.
Yeah, a lot of you got the linguists and all that stuff. What do we got here? Yes, it's a really good movie. I'm trying to think what it is. Oh, Fury. Okay.
Yeah.
Unthinkable got Samuel Jackson. Okay. Detaining a terrorist on. Oh, okay. United 93. It's not really a war movie, but that was a good movie. It's kind of about the attack during September 11th, but that was a good movie. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, the guy who played the FAA guy, the head FAA guy in the movie, was the actual guy that was head of the FAA during that time.
God, could you imagine having that role?
I mean, you have no idea. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah.
Because no one knew what the hell's going on. It's never happened before. Talk about being confused. I mean, you got people who want to protect, but what do you do? I mean, who?
Yeah, well, it's hijacked. How do you approach a snare? Do you shoot it down? Do you?
Yeah, right.
You
got. I mean, there you are. There's an airliner. It's got innocent Americans on there. What do you do? Oh
man! Somebody said Hurt Locker. If my cousin saw that, he'd get really angry. Yeah, he was a.
Was he EOD guy?
Well, he doesn't like EOD. He was a combat engineer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, they beef a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, the combat engineer, you actually, instead of going to find stuff and blowing up, you actually get to go plant it and blow things up. Yeah.
He got blown up twice over there in Afghanistan.
I bet.
Anything World War II related. Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh, yeah. Is that insane listening to that? I mean, it absolutely was chaos. What do you do? Yeah,
I was going to mention that. There's a documentary that's about that, and it has all that in there.
Exactly. The one I'm watching right now has a little bit of it, but can you imagine? Because the way that they planned this out was just, wow.
They took advantage of a very
to be able to for them to be able to hijack 4 planes and do what they did and actually be successful in their operation is just it's crazy. I mean, well, how does that happen?
Yeah.
How does that happen? It was just crazy.
A little interesting.
And you think about it, it's like, yeah, the pilots used to fly with the damn doors open, nothing secured. I'm just not even just with terrorist related, but you get a nut case on that plane, they could do anything.
Well, remember back in the 70s, you got hijackings every day. Remember that? And it didn't really change.
Oh, yeah, in the Middle East. Yeah. Europe, Middle East, there was always hijackings going on. Yeah, you would think. But
you would have thought I would start then with, a little more.
Yeah, hopefully no cuts or anything. Yeah, see, because they're trying to contact the planes. Of course, they turned off the transponder. Then they weren't communicating with him. So you got air traffic control. They're tracking them. They could pick them up on radar to a certain extent. But it was just it was just a mess, man. And then what could even if they knew it was hijacked,
yeah,
the response wouldn't have been, they're just going to fly it into a building. Their response would probably have been, okay, what's the ransom? Where are you going to fly? No one ever thought that they're going to sit there and sacrifice themselves and use them as missiles. I mean, it's just holy moly, man. Goodness gracious. Goodness. All right. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to close it down because it's already getting to 2 hours.
Yeah, I got some insurance to sell in the morning. Last week of the month.
Fair enough. Hey guys, appreciate you guys hanging around here. Only 41. Hey, that's fine. Just the guys that want to talk about this kind of stuff. It's fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
We could get into the other stuff another time, but I appreciate you guys hanging out. Tomorrow, I'm guessing we're going to be on after what the Giants. Do they go 6:45? I'm not sure. So if they go 6:45, we'll probably be on around 9:30, somewhere on there, give or take, somewhere on there. And then, of course, talk about some Monday Night Football. I'm sure. And let's see if the Padres pull ahead of the San Francisco Giants. It may happen. Thanks, Mo. Appreciate it. Thanks, everyone. Nick, Spencer, Eric, Senior, sticking around with it. Aaron has been hanging around. D-Shot, Cool Breeze. All right, guys. I appreciate it. We'll catch you on tomorrow.
All right, man. I will.
And then
peace on out.
Exactly. With that, guys, we'll see you tomorrow night. Woo!
Later, dude.